Hello everyone, welcome back. It's time for more of Deus Ex. What is that noise? Just becoming conscious that there's quite a loud noise going on here. Oh yeah, I forgot about that little passageway up there. It's not important, but just as an item of curiosity, let's go ahead and show that off before we leave. So, if you wanted to get out of the Statue of Liberty, back from here out into the courtyard there, and for whatever reason you didn't have the key and you didn't want to pick the door, or maybe weren't able to pick the door, pick the lock on the door, you can also get out this way. You can just go up the stairs, and there's this thing that leads out here. So yeah, that works too. Can't imagine when you'd ever have to use it, but anyway. So yeah, I think I've already explored pretty much everything that's out here. So I mean, the dead bodies are still where I left them, and apparently also stuff like the knives and things. But I don't think I left anything here unexplored or uncovered. I hope not, because I'm gonna leave this area now. So let's go back to UNATCO.
They sent us in to pick up the pieces. We've already searched the bodies and delivered the enemy munitions to the quartermaster.
That's nice. You missed that knife, though.
Don't worry about the bodies. We'll handle the cleanup.
Okay. Alright, anyway. So, you guys don't look like you're handling much of a cleanup. You look like you're just walking around.
Someone should have put a slug in the commander's head.
Yeah, see, these dialogue lines change somewhat depending on the choices you make, but it doesn't really significantly impact the course of the game. This is one of the complaints that people sometimes have about this game. You can't really change the course of the game's plot. All the decisions...
I guess you were just following orders up there.
Yes, sir, I was. For all the choice that the game gives you, the game always really goes... The game always really goes along the same lines. The plot always follows the same course. You can't really change the plot of the game. You can change some of the lines of dialogue, but you don't really have control over the game's plot. Anyway, here's Paul standing in front of UNATCO headquarters waiting to meet us.
We've got the island secured. How did things look in the statue? The leader surrendered. So they were after Ambrosia. A month's supply for the East Coast. We think they've taken it back to the city. I didn't know UNATCO handled the Ambrosia distribution. Manderley will brief us shortly. UNATCO makes sure the limited supply of vaccine gets to government agencies and key industries. It's good to finally see some action. Yeah, well, pace yourself. You killed a lot of people tonight. I'll handle things out here. You better get to Manderley's office on level 2 and report for duty.
Yeah, so notice that Paul says you killed a lot of people tonight. This dialogue would have gone somewhat differently if I had played as a pacifist and either just snuck past the guys out there instead of killing most of them, or I could have just tranquilized them with with this charger prod here, or with a baton or something like that, instead of having to kill all of them. So if I'd done that, Paul would have said something different, but he doesn't appear to be too bothered by it. By the way, just as a side note,
Glad you're coming around to our way of doing things. Need some hardware?
No, I do not.
I'll check back with you later.
Thank you to one of my viewers who commented recently, I think on the previous video. Remember I was talking about this, the key code for this door here, and how you're supposed to know that it's 0451. Apparently, hold on, let's get back in again. Yeah, it's 0451. Apparently that's sort of a running gag with Warren Spector's games. So this game was designed, written by Warren Spector, who is the same guy who is responsible for, I think, both System Shock games. At least System Shock 2 for sure, but I'm pretty sure I think he did both System Shock games. And apparently 451 or 0451 is always the first code in all of his games. So apparently there's no way for you to know that or find that out if this is the first Warren Spector game that you've played, but it's just kind of a running gag, and it's just, that's how you're supposed to know it, I guess. It's probably reference to the book Fahrenheit 451, but it's become sort of a trademark of Warren Spector. You know how all kinds of, those...
Get inside. I'll meet you in Manderley's office.
Yes, sir. You know how film directors often do stuff like that, and other types of artists tend to have those sort of little trademarks and things that they sort of sign their work with. So I guess the code 451 is one of War Inspector's trademarks.
Get inside. I'll meet you in Manderley's office.
All right, all right. Let's go into UNATCO headquarters. So this is the waiting room, and there's not much we can do here. We can turn this light on and off, which is nice, and we can read this newspaper. Again, I don't know if this is supposed to just represent how corrupt and incompetent and out of touch the government has become in this near future scenario. I don't know. You can read this and form your own conclusions, because I don't really know what they're supposed to be saying with that, if anything. Some pretty nice furniture here, and I kind of like the shininess of this floor. Oh, hey. If this were hentai, J.C. Denton would be wearing a skirt with no underwear, and this would be like one of those, why? Oh no, look at pencil situations. But no, it's Deus Ex, so there's nothing like that. Camera up there, another camera up there. There's a guy sitting here at a desk.
Sir? I thought Gunther was a goner.
Yes, sir. We rescued Gunther Hellman. Can we talk to this guy a bit?
It's my first day too. I'm pretty excited.
Oh, you sound like it, sir. You're full of the enthusiasm and the youth of life.
I was in your class at the academy. You probably don't remember.
No, sir, I do not.
Manderley's office is on level 2. He's expecting you. I've got to watch the doors.
Oh, that's a pretty serious task that you have there, sir.
I was in your class at the academy. You probably don't remember.
All right, all right. So let's see what this data cube has here. Oh. Okay. Apparently you can get the code from this thing after all. So yeah, this is how I guess this is how you're supposed to know. Funny, the commenter on the previous video said that you're supposed to know just from playing War Inspector's other games, but okay, I stand corrected. You can get the code from this data cube here. Let's grab this candy bar and the soda while we're here. That there, I guess, is the current president of the United States in that portrait there. Can we turn this light on and off? Yes, we can. I like doing that. I like turning lights on and off in this game. And here's a funny thing. Here is a funny quirk of Deus Ex. Most people in the game who have desks will also have computers on the desk, which is logical.
I've got to watch the doors.
Yes, sir. And the computers are an interesting mix of old and new. You can see there in the middle is what looks like some kind of optical drive with a CD or DVD in it, which...
I was in your class at the academy. You probably don't remember.
Shut up, sir. Which, as of this video, has already been outmoded. Most computers use USB sticks for media now. But the monitor has this weird...
I've got to watch the doors.
It's some weird sort of holographic monitor which has no apparent housing. I mean, down here there's like a stand for the monitor to sit on, but the screen, the image itself, does not appear to be projected onto any kind of plastic or metal backing. It's just hovering in midair. So that's kind of futuristic. The optical drive is already a relic of the past, but the screen looks very futuristic. And I have no idea what's with the keyboard, why the keyboard is in two pieces like that. But here's something funny about the game. In all situations where somebody's at their desk like this in front of their computer, you can just walk up to the computer and start using it.
That's against protocol, Agent.
And they'll often say something like that, like, this guy just said that's against protocol, but they will not do anything to stop you. They will sometimes protest a bit and say you're not supposed to do that, or you're going to get in trouble if you do something like that, but they will not do anything to stop you. And you can just, if you know their login and password, you can just type in the login and password and read all their emails. And if you don't, you can just click on the hack button and wait for the bar to go down until you finish hacking it, and then you can read all their emails anyway. So, okay, let's see. Can we... Oh boy. I do not have time to read these out loud because that hacking bar was almost at the bottom. But if you want to see what those said, you can pause the video. You can pause the video and read those emails if you're curious. They're just a bit of filler text. There's nothing really critical there, but just kind of a funny thing. That's one of the funny things about this game, that nobody actually tries to stop you from using their computer. They complain, but they don't actually try to stop you. Here on these shelves are 2 trophy cups and a vase, And yes, you can pick these up and throw them around as well. And nobody seems to complain if you do that either. Can I get this back on the shelf? Apparently JC is not... JC is not capable of getting this stuff back on the shelf. Okay, that's fine. I'll just leave it there. I'm sure somebody will take care of that later. Let's go inside.
Check in with Manderley on level 2.
Yes, I think you're the third person to tell me that Manderley's office is in level 2. Alright, let's go inside, and this hallway forms a map transition. UNATCO HQ, United Nations Anti-Terrorist Coalition. And this music here... I said that I wasn't going to turn the music up because I don't want the music to be too overpowering, but I'm going to crank the music up here a little bit just because this music is kind of significant.
I spill my drink.
This theme appears in the third Deus Ex game, Human Revolution. I was trying to think of the name. Yeah, it's Deus Ex Human Revolution. As sort of a callback to this game. They reused this music for a scene in that game, and it's very nostalgic for people who've played this original game. So, UNATCO personnel only. I think that's okay. We are UNATCO personnel. Here's another drinking fountain, and there is J.C. Denton in the mirror. Somebody asked a very interesting question in a previous video. What happens if you lose your legs and then look in a mirror? Now, this mirror, as well as the one that we saw before and next to Gunther Hellman's prison cell, both of the mirrors don't go all the way down to your legs. So, I actually don't know what happens, what it looks like. I was trying to think of where there is a full-body mirror, like a mirror that goes down to the floor in this game, and I couldn't think of one. So I finally used a cheat code to just look at the character when his legs are gone, and it looks like the game just forces you into a crouch. Because JC actually looks like he's crouching when he has no legs. So it looks like the game just basically turns on the crouch option and forces it on and doesn't let you uncrouch if you have no legs. So that's my best guess.
Come on in. The retinal scanner can read blood vessel patterns right through your sunglasses.
Yes, J.C. Denton never takes off his sunglasses for anything. That's Deus Ex. It's a game about, I was going to say if Yahtzee reviewed this game, but actually Yahtzee did review this game, but I was going to say something like, if Yahtzee were to review this game, he would say, it's a game about being a soulless robot who wears sunglasses indoors. Anyway, here's a retinal scanner, and yeah, authorized for entry. We cannot get in here. This door is locked, and it has infinite strength and door strength and lock strength, so yeah, we cannot get in there, but anyway. You know, I was thinking about it, just to go off on a bit of a tangent.
Remember that Mr. Manderley wants to see you. Level 2.
Okay, come on.
His secretary, Janice Reed, has your login and password.
You've already told me that it's on level 2. That's the 4th time now, I think, that I'm hearing Manderley's house in level 2. Okay, anyway. You know, I was thinking about it, I said before that Deus Ex is a first-person shooter, and it looks like one. I mean, if you look at it, you know, I've got a line of weapons at the bottom that well, they're not all weapons, but I've got a line of items, and a lot of them are weapons that I can choose from. And if you think about the perspective and things like that, and, I mean, obviously it's a first-person game, and it is kind of an action-based game, so, you know, I figured, okay, it's a first-person shooter. But the game has a lot of slow moments like this. I mean, this is not a combat sequence, obviously. There's no combat here. This is just kind of a... It's kind of like a cutscene, except it's an interactive cutscene. And it struck me when I was thinking about it, this is almost a... it's almost an adventure game. It's not an adventure game like the classic Sierra or LucasArts adventures, but in its own way, this really is an adventure game because it really is about exploring environments, collecting items, talking to characters, and, you know, unraveling the story. So it really is, I mean, it's a first-person shooter in some ways. I mean, there are action moments where you do some shooting, but those moments are very short. I mean, if you watch the previous videos, when we were on Liberty Island, how long do the combat sequences last? Combat sequences last like a few seconds. They typically last less than a minute, or maybe around a minute at most, because the combat sequences are so short. You shoot at some people, they shoot at you, and either they die or you die. But this is not really, it's not really a shooter, it's not really an action-oriented game. It's more like, it really is in many ways sort of an updated adventure game. And I think that's one of the reasons why I like it so much. This game really has all the things that I love about adventure games. And that's one of the reasons I think why...
Hell of a first day.
Yes, sir. I think it's one of the reasons why I like Deus Ex so much. It really, in many ways, it really is a first-person adventure. It's pretty cool. I don't think there's anything we need in either of these two offices here, but just for completeness
Didn't know the
sake,
NSF had so many people in New York.
just for completeness sake, let me go ahead and do this. Let me save the game here if the menu is ever going to show up. And I'll say, yeah, sure, UNATCO level 1. And why did the screen go black again? This game has weird rendering problems where sometimes it just, like the screen just goes dark. Oh, and it's still doing that. Why is it doing that? That's quite, it's quite disconcerting actually, because, I mean, the menus work fine. Just the actual rendering of the game does not look fine. What's going on here? There's some way to just trying to see if there's some way to kind of reset the graphical renderer, but I don't see one, and I don't have much of a way of I mean, even loading the game doesn't do anything. What if I load a different game? Yeah, loading it. I can load whatever game I want. It doesn't seem to make any difference. Well, that is quite annoying. Oh, and now I see something. Now I very faintly see some stuff here, but it's so faint. Oh, it seems to be getting a little clearer. That's weird. Man. Okay, now I can kind of see. It's a bit darker than it should be. Oh, it's still getting brighter. Okay, it's getting brighter. Now it looks normal again. Wow, that is so weird. That's quite disturbing actually. I'm kind of bothered by that. Okay, anyway, let's see. So we can pick our way through these locks, but so that it doesn't take forever, let's go ahead and upgrade our lockpicking skill. And okay, I can't upgrade it a second time. Actually, you know what? Let me use a cheat code. If you use the cheat code, I think it's all skills. There we go. Yeah, all skills immediately cranks up all your skills to the maximum level. Yeah, which I'll use just for getting through these doors, because I just want to see what's on the other side of these doors. And actually, I think this guy might actually get after us and start trying to shoot us if he sees us doing this, because it's obviously a security violation, so I'll try to avoid him seeing us doing this. What is in here? On these shelves we have this... Wait, what is this? Clay pot. Okay, we don't need a clay pot. Whose office is this? This diploma or certificate is too blurry to read. There's a basketball here. Pretty bouncy. Hey buddy, catch. He did not catch. Oh well. Here's a lockpick, but I mean, we would have to use up at least one lockpick to get in here, so I don't think this really is sufficient compensation. Trophy cup is useless. There's nothing else on these shelves. Is there anything under this table here? There's nothing here. The only useful item here is that lockpick, and we'd have to use at least one lockpick to get in, so this was a total loss. This is a complete waste of time. Okay, and what about that other door there?
We finally got to cap some rebels, eh, Denton?
Yeah,
Hell of
buddy.
a first day.
Alright, got two guys here. This is quite annoying, but... Are they gonna... Oh, they didn't. Okay. They didn't get after me for bringing that lock. Is there anything here? Anything under the desk? Oh, here's, Oh, office door key code. Okay, so that's actually... We can actually use that to get through these doors, I guess. So theoretically... Huh... Okay, let's do this then. Okay. I know what I want to do then. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and upgrade our lockpicking once. Hopefully that gets us to the point where we
Hell
can...
of a first day.
Yeah, now we can get in through this door with just one pick. Nice. Then, we come down here, grab this key here. Is there anything else here? Nope. Okay. And now we can use this to get through the other door. And behind the other door we can get one lockpick, and that will then be even. We'll have recovered the one lockpick that we lost, and we'll have the benefit of having been in here and getting that key. So, newspaper, U.S. Prez sells out. Again, I'm not going to read this. This is just some filler text. Nothing behind this vase. Whoops. I was trying to leave the vase on the table, but instead it flew over the table. Wow. JC, you throw things way too far. Is there some way to just set things down gently with... Okay, there we go. Here's a weapon accuracy mod. Let's go ahead and, rather than holding... Oh, I've got two weapon accuracy mods even. What weapon should we apply this to? What the heck? Let's go ahead and put it on the sniper rifle so we can be more accurate snipers. I don't know if that's even necessary because I hardly ever use the sniper rifle, but let's see. Current accuracy, base accuracy is 75%. Let's go ahead and use an accuracy mod on it. So that's... Okay, it's just +2 accuracy. It's not even that huge of a boost, but now it's 77%, and this should make it 79. Oh, 80% even. Now it's 80% accurate. Okay, that's not bad. Alright, fine. And here is a book. UNATCO and the Press. Here is some instruction to UNATCO agents on how to handle dealings with the media. Secrets are lives. Loose lips sink ships. Alright. Vorsicht!
Didn't know the NSF had so many people in New York.
Vorsicht, Feind hört mit. Okay, now we can use that key to get through this door and go ahead and recoup our lost lockpick. Okay, so we broke even. The only thing that... Oh, I didn't realize. Here's a multi-tool as well. Okay, so we're up one multi-tool, and the only thing we really lost is those skill points that we used for upgrading lockpicking, but we probably would have wanted to do that eventually anyway, so it's probably not a huge loss. Alright, let's see, what's in here?
You found your office. Did Janice give you your login? I guess not. Let's see. JCD, password, Bionic Man.
Bionic Man is JC Denton's password. Alright. Before I log in, why does JC have this big cardboard box in his office? And why is it empty? Why does he have a big empty cardboard box in his office? I don't know. Here's another cardboard box. What's inside this one? This one's also empty. Alright. Is there anything under the table here? No, there is not. Alright. Well, let's see. JC does have two books on his desk. Let's read the books here. Okay. This is about UNATCO and the public. Alright, again, that's kind of filler text. I'm not going to read that, but there you go. Oh, welcome to UNATCO. Okay. This is possibly important text, which I'm not going to read out loud. You can read it if you would like. Alright, let's go ahead and get logged into our computer. So, username is JCD, password Bionic Man. We have 3 emails. I'm going to go ahead and skim these for a moment. Here's one from Jaime Reyes. Greetings and nanotech briefings. Hey, Johnny. Guess we'll have to get used to calling you JC around the office. Oh, because I put in our real name as Johnny Poo Poo Pants, so he's calling us Johnny. Guess we'll have to get used to calling you JC around the office. Not sure they came up with that, but at least gave you the name of At least you have the same last code name as your brother. Every neuron in your head has been augmented. Okay, that's good to know. Okay. Just some filler text. Pretty. Whoops! I didn't mean to log out. I just didn't realize that would log me out. Bionic Man. All right. Next email. Also from Jaime Reyes, but this is. I think not to us personally, but more like just a kind of a mass mail to all employees. So, oh, this is interesting. This is basically Jaime talking about the rumors going around that nano-augmented agents are to replace mechanically augmented agents. And Jaime emphasizes here, your mechanical augmentations are not obsolete. Some agents express concern that they will be walking junk in 10 years. One agent expressed their fears in an anonymous email saying, "Will be sold at flea markets. Old grey golems for scaring the children. So what about my legs? What about my life?" I'm going to go ahead and inject just a little bit of a spoiler here. It's not much of a spoiler. This is Gunther Hermann who wrote this. We don't know this yet because we haven't seen how Gunther writes. But later on we'll see his written English is a bit broken, and this is how he types. Maybe all his mechanical augmentations messed up his ability to type somewhat. But this is basically telling you that Gunther is worried about being obsolete. It's funny because when we were talking to Gunther to his face, like face to face, he said, "Oh, I'm not worried. They will soon get tired of their new toy." But that's just him putting on a brave face. Privately, he's actually quite scared. He's really, he is quite afraid of becoming obsolete, which is a fear that I can empathize with, actually. All right, let's see, what about this? This is just kind of pep talk. Yeah, I'm not going to read this. You can read it if you'd like. Okay, so those are our emails for now. Log out. We are done here for now, I think. Let's check what's in here.
Your partner for the next assignment, Anna Navarra, is in the adjoining break room to the east. Maybe you should introduce yourself.
Okay, sure, why not? Let's see. So here, what's on this whiteboard here? I don't know, the text is too fuzzy to read. What's in this cabinet here? It looks like poison darts for a crossbow and 2 sets of regular darts. I wonder, does this key... No, this key doesn't unlock this. We could... Actually, can I... Okay. I can't smash the doors with the crowbar. We could pick this with a lock, but I mean, really, I hardly ever use the darts, so it's not worth using up a lockpick just to get some darts. Alright, let's move on. Over here, here's kind of a... Oh, this is a rec room. Pinball machine. It's not animated, it just makes that sound. There again is the president. There's the UNATCO logo. A light that goes on and off. Vase. Comfy chair. Leather couch. Another comfy chair. And some newscast about VersaLife. That VL logo is the logo of a company called VersaLife, which we will find out more about later. Ah, and here are Anna Navarre and Gunther talking to each other. As a side note, I asked in a previous video, what is Anna Navarre like from her ethnicity? What is she? What ethnicity is she? I believe that she is meant to be Russian. Now, the Deus Ex wiki claims that she was born in Russia and then lived in Israel for a while. So, I don't know if that's canon, to be honest. But her accent does sound fairly Russian, and Anna is a common name in Russia, although it's a common woman's name almost anywhere, so that doesn't really tell you very much, I guess. But her accent could definitely be Russian. So my best guess, again, I don't know if this is canon, but I believe that Anna Navarre is a Russian Jew who then went to Israel and received military training in Israel, because, you know, Israel famously does military training for all people, even women, and then obviously moved to New York, and she's living and working here now for UNATCO in America. I say she's a Jew. I mean, I guess she doesn't have to be Jewish, but usually people who go to Israel are Jewish. I mean, there are actually a lot of Russian people in Israel. Like, a lot of Russian Jews go to Israel because it's interesting to them. So, I mean, she doesn't have to be Jewish, but I like I said, my best guess is that she's a Russian Jew who lived in Israel for a while and then came here. Gunther is more unambiguously German. I mean, his name and his accent are so very German that you couldn't really mistake him for anything else. But Anna is a little bit more ambiguous, but I'm pretty sure that she's meant to be Russian. This is a famous conversation. The conversation that we're about to hear is one of the most iconic and famous conversations in the game. So I will go ahead and shut up and let you folks enjoy pure seminal Deus Ex goodness.
Are you sure you pressed the right button?
I do not make mistakes of that kind.
Your hand might have slipped.
No, I wanted orange. It gave me lemon lime.
The machine would not make a mistake.
It's the maintenance man. He knows I like orange.
So you think the staff has some kind of plot?
Yes, they do that on purpose.
Wonderful. Just sublime. Sadly, we can't read any of these notices here on this billboard other than the words top secret and attention. It's a little bit unnerving when you can see the word attention, but you can't make out any of the text below that. This actually happened to me when I was in Russia. I saw a big notice posted on a wall, and the only word I understood was the one at the top that said vнимание, which is Russian for attention. And I thought, obviously I should pay attention and know what this says, but I only understand that I'm supposed to pay attention. I can't understand the rest of the text. Anyway, let's read this newspaper here. Oh. Is this, what? Is this, a tabloid kind of newspaper, I guess? Okay, it's kind of amusing. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to,
My new partner, J.C. Denton. Don't tell me you're going to wear those sunglasses during a night operation.
My vision is augmented.
Better to look good than to have the distractions of another agent who needs backup.
Forgive my interruption. I just wanted to say that I look forward to working with you, Agent Navarro. Also, excuse me, I've got to be briefed by Mr. Manderley.
I do not expect you to perform as well as Agent Herman, but the mission will require us to do more than frighten the NSF with our baggy coats that make us look bigger than we really are.
I am prepared to perform my duties.
For instance, not to be a man running into enemy lines without coordinated military assault.
No problem.
By the way, that last line of Gunther's, not to be a man running into battle without coordinated, whatever he said. If we had not rescued Gunther, he would have said something different. He would have said something like, for example, not to be the kind of person who leaves your fellow agents stuck in a cell downstairs or something like I forget his exact words, but that is a line that changes based on whether you rescued him or not. If we hadn't rescued him, he would have accused us of leaving him to rot in the cell. So...
You will be working with Anna Navarre.
Yes, I was aware of this.
Manderley says sit out this one. I am filing another protest.
Yes, you should protest that. Why? How dare Manderley tell you to sit it out? He is only your boss. How dare he tell you to sit things out?
I don't need sitting out.
Yes.
Simple provision of a plasma rifle with laser sighting and I am ready to go.
I agree with you. You do not need sitting out. That is a wonderful line. That's... Gunther has a lot of great lines. That might actually be one of his best. I don't need sitting out.
What will be decisive in street fighting is experience.
Yes.
Do not expect your augmentations to do the work for you.
What augmentations? I still don't have any augmentations, Agent. I only have the light that turns on, that's all.
What will be decisive in street fighting is experience.
Okay. We have another ATM here which we can get some money from. Maybe we'll do that later, but I don't really need any money right now. A couple of vending machines. Cost 2 credits. I don't have 2 credits. And here is a public computer terminal which just contains news. So this is just public information and stuff like that. So I'm not going to read all this, but oh wow. Here it talks about a meme war. I think this was before the word meme became popular in the current internet sense. That's kind of cool. This predates popular internet usage of the word meme. Here's something about threat profiling, which I'm not going to read in detail. And then here are 4 enemy profiles about the NSF. The UN has declared war on the NSF. Silhouette, which is a terrorist group in... yeah. Anyway, the Triads, yeah, which is obviously an East Asian thing. Yeah, it talks about Hong Kong. And then other threats. UNATCO operatives have identified over 1,250 terrorist organizations active in the world today. Boy. Groups such as the Templars and X-51. Alright. Anyway, let's go ahead and leave all that for now. Where did Anna go? Oh, here's a book. Oh, UNATCO in the world. So first we had UNATCO in the media, then there was UNATCO in the public, now there's UNATCO in the world. And here it talks about how UNATCO is truly the world's policeman. Yes! Alright, what's in here? Oh, it's locked. Will this key open it? Oh, we don't have the right code. There's another door down here which is like that. Yeah, it's annoying. The office key that we got doesn't seem to open these. Let me go ahead and save again. And I will just see if it's worth trying to pick these doors. I really don't think it is, but let's just see what happens. Every time I try to bring up the menu, this happens. The game freezes, and it takes forever to bring up the menu. Okay, I'll just say met Anna. Is it Anna with an A on the end, or Anna with an E on the end? I actually don't know. Okay, it doesn't matter. Anyway. Well, at least the screen didn't go black this time. Alright, so let's see what's in here. Oh, a wooden crate. And the wooden crate contains... a pepper cartridge. Absolutely useless considering that I never used the pepper gun. And it contains 2 caution wet floor signs. Cuidado, piso mojado. That's... wow. Wow, man, these games' physics are weird sometimes. Okay, and let's see what's in here. This looks like there's nothing here, but there is actually this thingy here which is locked. Oh, we have to pick this as well. Great. How can you pick this? It doesn't even have a lock on it. It's got 4 screws on it. It's not a locked thing. Alright, so you unlock it and it very slowly opens like that, revealing a bioelectric cell and a multi-tool. Not worth it. Not worth 2 lockpicks to get another multi-tool, and I mean, we're already up to 6 multi-tools. Yeah, we don't need another multi-tool, and we don't need another bioelectric cell, so I will go ahead and just leave that as it is. Here's Joseph Manderley's office, so we should probably really just, I should just load my game and, go ahead and talk to Manderley. Oh, wait, what's this? Oh, closet key code. Okay. I could have just used this the whole time. There we go. That was the key for these things. Pepper cartridge. Sure, I'll pick it up, but I don't think I'll ever use it. Alright, now we can do this again. Now we can walk in here and... Oh, but this still needs to... Yeah, this will not unlock with the... Yeah, I'm not gonna... I have 5 lockpicks and 6 multi-tools, so I really don't need to sacrifice a lockpick to get another multi-tool. So I will go ahead and just leave that multi-tool where it is. There's also the bioelectric cell, but I don't need that either, so... Alright. This is... UNATCO secretary. Well, it's Janice Reed. Her name's Janice Reed. She's Manderley's secretary.
Good work out there, Mr. Denton. Mr. Manderley said you handled yourself nicely. Welcome to UNATCO HQ. Our little family keeps getting bigger.
Is Mr. Manderley available?
Yes, go right in. By the way, your computer account is ready. Log in JCD, password Bionic Man.
Alex already told me. Thanks.
Alright. Does Janice have anything under her desk? No, she does not. What does this data cube say?
What's the idea, JC?
Yeah, see, again, she says, what's the idea looking at personal information or private information on the data cube, but she doesn't try to stop you. So now, we just got the login and password of our boss, Mr. Manderley, and here on Janice's computer...
What's the idea, JC?
I don't have her password yet, but I can just hack in, and again, she makes no motion. I've just... walked right up to the computer of my boss's secretary. I'm hacking into her computer right in front of her, and she just passively stopped. Oh boy, wow, oh dear, this is a lot to read. I'm not going to have time to. Oh dearie, dearie me, I'm not going to have time to read all that. Gosh.
What's the idea, JC?
Okay. The meter goes back up after a while, so I'm just going to go ahead and very quickly page through all those emails, and again, if you want to read them, you can pause the video. It's one of the nice advantages of having a YouTube video of this game. You can just pause the video whenever you want, which is obviously something you can't do when playing the game, because you have to... Yeah, in the game you don't really have time to stop and read these things when that counter's going down. So, J. Reed has one email here. J. Reyes. Oh, this is Jaime Reyes. Okay. Oh, JCD, that's us. We've already seen our emails. Oh, and here's Gunther Hermann. Okay. Wow. I don't know if that'll show up properly in the video because I went kind of fast, but we'll see. If the emails don't show up clearly, maybe I'll view them again in a follow-up video. Okay, let's go on inside Manderley's office. Critical location bonus, and I think... Oh, I thought Anna Navarro would be here waiting for us, but she's not. Okay.
Reporting for duty, sir.
The man himself. Splendid. Do you accept my apologies about the situation topside?
A refreshing change from the academy, sir.
Don't despise training, my boy. Even you would be worthless without the shaping touch of drills and studies.
So the NSF took a shipment of the Ambrosia vaccine? Give me a chopper and a pilot and I'll handle it.
I'm sure you could. Yes, indeed. But we're having your brother head up the recovery team. You'll work with Agent Anna Navarra. Why don't we meet when you've seen Jaime for a medical checkup and received your equipment from Sam Carter? You'll be briefed at that time.
Yes, sir.
And that music is already starting to... That music is already starting to annoy me a bit, the way it... I had a little trouble with that conversation. I mean, the subtitles, I mean, yeah, you can read the subtitles, but I already feel like that conversation was getting a bit drowned out by the music. So I am gonna go ahead and... I'll leave it there for now. Okay, let's go ahead and save. I'll say met Manderley and...
Med Center and Armory are on level 3.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so we'll go to the medical center and the armory, and then we'll come back here to get briefed for our next mission. But that will happen in the next video because this video has already gone on long enough. So I actually can't believe how much time I spent just getting here. This took forever just to get down here and talk to Manderley. So, okay, we will go ahead and continue in the next video. Until then, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope it was okay. I mean, not very much happened, to be honest, but I hope that you enjoyed it anyway. And yeah, I will see you next time when we continue exploring UNATCO headquarters and meet the people in the medical bay and the armory and stuff like that. We will see what's on the lower level of UNATCO headquarters. That will be surely a great time and fun party excitement for everyone. So until then, everyone, ta-ta.